Hello, Robert Folks here. This is a video in response to Stephen Hayes, who's recently put a video up about his grafting. I'm going to show you now the grafting that I've been doing, which I actually did in March. I've grafted 40 trees, 39 of which, I know it's a random number, but that's what I did, 39 of which onto MM106 rootstocks and one onto M116 rootstock. I used the saddle graft for the first time for all of these, and I've had some pretty surprisingly good results. I think better results this year than I had last year when I used the whip and tongue graft. I'll show you now what varieties and how well they're doing. This first one down here is Norfolk Royal, which is doing okay. At the back there, as you can see, is Egremont Russet, putting out 2 inches of growth. In front of it, doing very well, is James Grieve. And in front of here, also doing well, is Darcy Spice, which is quite a surprise, as they usually say you should graft a tree over to Darcy Spice, not start it from a rootstock, because it apparently takes a lot longer to grow out. But as you can see, I mean, that's doing well. At the back there is a very rare variety called Chiver's Delight. In front of that is Suntan, which has put out about 4 or 5 inches of growth. Then in front of him there is I think that's Blenheim Orange. Yep, that's Blenheim Orange, and that's doing well. At the back there, which is the tallest so far, as you can see, is Worcester Pearmain, which is shooting up. In front of that is then Suntan, I do believe. Oh no, it's Falstaff, sorry. And this one here is Brownie's Russet, which is, as you can see, alive, but just hasn't grown as well. That did put out some blossom, and I did have to take that out, so that may have affected it. But the rest of them that have blossom seem to have grown out very well, so I've got my fingers crossed for it. At the back there, as you can see, there's a very rare one called Sampere. I've never tasted that apple, like some of these here, I've never tasted them, so this is one reason why I'm grafting them, especially after hearing such good things about them in books and by other people. The one in front of that is Bardsey, which apparently got very, very good disease resistance. So I'm looking forward to seeing how that copes here in Essex. And this one here is Lord Lambourne, which put out a lot of blossom. And as you can see, if you can see that, I've picked it out, but it's growing through the middle there, so I've got good hopes for it. At the back is St Edmund's Pippin, doing well. And in front of that is Winter King. This Scion was sent to me by Stephen Hayes, a friend of mine on here, so I'm very glad that the wood he sent me is obviously good and healthy, and that's growing away very nicely. Although, for some reason, this May Queen, another piece of wood he sent me, is doing, well, not so well. Probably my grafting, this is the first time I've done the saddle graft, but it is alive and is sending out some more leaves to create a stem, so fingers crossed that'll be okay. Another one that's a Stephen Hayes favourite is Pitmarston Pineapple, and that is doing well. And in front of that is a personal favourite of mine, Ashmead's Kernel. I've grafted, I think, 3 of this year, just because I think it's just a great flavour, really. Personal favourite. So I hope, if you have any other comments on it about its habit, if it has any problems that you're aware of, please don't hesitate to let me know. Right, otherwise I have 2 others over here, and this one here is Costard, which is quite rare, and the one next to it is Margil, which apparently has a really good flavour, but I only found 1 tree of it in the whole of Essex, so they kindly allowed me to get some Scion wood. And this one's I grafted onto M116, which apparently got very, very good disease resistances, and it's especially resistant to apple replant disease. So this could be the rootstock of the future, especially as if you're a farmer and you've got a finite piece of land. Then your rootstock, say of M116, is attacked, then you can't necessarily plant, around that area due to the organisms in the soil. But with M116, you can replant straight into the hole apparently. So, it's a slightly smaller tree for a start, so you can probably fit more of it on a piece of land. I think it's great, so I'm going to see how that grows out, but that is growing out very strongly. And if you can see in here, the paraffin has actually been burst open, and you can see where it's healing in there. I hope that's not too blurry for you. Anyway, this is those are the graphs I have here. And they're all next to last year's graphs, which have all shot up very well. All got lots of leaves, all got lots of side shoots, which is more important. So I'm going to have, by the end of this year, I'm going to have another 40 very well feathered trees. So I think I'm very lucky that so many of these graphs have done so well. I don't know if you can see that in the corner there, but there's the crab apple. Really did not have as many crab apples this year as last year. That rain really affected it. So, which is a shame, because that smells absolutely gorgeous. The blossom on that, it smells like honey. So it's a shame we didn't really get to smell it this year due to all of the horrible weather and rain we've had. Right. Anyway, I've recently set up the national online Scion wood exchange. Basically, I've put it on there for apple and pear varieties, so that people can come onto there. And if, say, you're looking for a certain variety but you don't have it in your area, you can come online, say where you're from, sort of varieties you're looking for, and hopefully others will be able to come on who may perhaps have that variety, and if they're willing to send you Scion wood, you can exchange addresses and post it to each other in, say, winter or spring, or if you're looking for budwood, say in July. Basically it's just an open forum for people to chat about the pros and cons of apples and pear varieties and their rootstocks, but with the main intention of people swapping Scion wood to help preserve some of these ancient varieties. They're obviously, you know, they're worth preserving, not only for their genetics, as Stephen Hayes has so many times said, but just for the flavour. I mean, so many times you'll go into the shop now and you'll see Braeburn after Gala. They'll all be imported from other countries, most of the time, and they won't taste of anything. But if you can look up where your local fruit farmers are and go and try as many apples as you can, you'll find that there are some wonderful ones out there. And my favourite from last year, which had a great taste, was Darcy Spice. But I think Ashmead's Kernel will still be my favourite. But some people have never heard of these, so which is a real shame. So if we can do one little bit by helping to graft and to keep awareness of these, and keep these apple varieties alive, we're doing a benefit to the people of the future, and we also get enjoyment out of it at the same time. So please come on, please sign up to the National Online Scion Wood Exchange. I'll post the web address on with this reply to Stephen Hayes' grafting video. So please feel free to join, and I've started a couple of threads, so please add what you're looking for, and if you like, what varieties you are growing, and if you've done some grafting this year. Alright, take care.